Welcome. Let's plays. Gameplays. DIY projects. 2. Arcade gaming. Snowly Games.
What's going on, folks? ZmanTheTech here, and I am accompanied by my good friend and fellow and pal, East West Chef. Say what's up to the folks, man.
What's going on, man? It's the East West Chef. Just playing some games with my boy. We're about to get it in.
Yeah, Asphalt Legends 9. We about to do this. Took a bit of bit of head scratching and figuring out how to get this thing going. It's not too user friendly. So.
Yes, that you're really putting it lightly there. Yeah.
All right, so now we got the clubs. We got a specific club created. We are in each other. He joined my club, so we're gonna get this thing going. But yeah, without much further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and launch it.
All right. Let's get it.
Yeah, that's our motto. That let's get it. You know, I was like, I couldn't think of anything, so I was like, let's go with that.
Yeah, man, that's all it is, man. To get it, that's all that's left. And we both got the BMWs, you know what I mean? You know, mine's looking pretty clean. I don't know what color you got. Is this the color right here that it shows right? You got red or?
Nah, it's like a default color. Now yours is you got the special. Oh dang! I didn't know we started already. Oh snap!
Hey man, look, you snooze, you lose, man.
Hey man,
Come
what
on,
the?
Man.
Hold up, man. I'm over here to explaining like.
Man, you know it said 3, 2, 1, so I just like, zoop.
I don't like how you took off like that.
I had to do it, man, because I know how you are, especially with racing games.
Oh man.
You be going off at, like, especially in Mario Kart, so it's not about to happen with this game right here. Not having it.
So yeah, the freaking trolley got right in my way. Kidding me? No. So I see you got the standard.
I'm sorry.
You say what?
It has to happen like this, my friend. I'm sorry. You must be defeated.
Man,
Your reign of terror has ended.
Not like this. Not like this.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, we're about to hit that ramp real quick. And we're about to do it like this. See, I see you on my tail, man.
Yeah, I'm on your
I see you
6.
trying to get that number 1 spot.
I'm on your 6 real hard.
Nah, man. Nah, son.
Oh, I'm coming.
We're about to put an end to that. No. Hey, these ramps, man, you know.
Got to.
It's a wrap. Oh, okay.
Hey, man. I'm trying to get it, bro.
Okay. See
Oh, no.
we doing it? Yeah.
No.
Yeah, excellent. We planned it.
Okay. I smell what you stepping in. All right.
Yeah. See, with this game right here, you ain't even gotta worry about doing 3 laps, man. Some of these races are like super short, so you just go for the gusto, man, every time.
Yeah, you enjoy your win.
Yeah. I'm showering in this right now. So.
Oh, yeah. Well, I had a bad start too. But it's all good.
All right, it's time.
Oh, we about to get it in.
It's time. All right. It's time to show me what you're made of. Oh boy. Okay. Oh, that was close.
Somebody got destroyed.
Oh, it wasn't me. He must have, saw me coming and just started skirting.
Man, what are the specs on your car? This is ridiculous. I'm like,
I don't know. I'm just jetting, man. I don't know what to tell you. I put my finger on the gas pedal.
Man, I don't want to hear that.
I don't know, man. It's all in the index. I don't know what to tell you. Oh, okay. I see what you're working with.
Yeah, man.
All right.
I'm trying to do a little something out here. Oh, I hit the
man.
wall.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to do a little something too.
Nah, bruh. Stay back there.
Hey man, come here.
No,
Come
I don't want it.
Oh yeah, okay. So you trying to stay up there, huh?
Mm-hmm.
It's all good.
I've been back there too long. I need you to experience it.
Hey. Alright. Alright, Z. You ain't about to be up front all day, man. I'm
Oh,
about to catch up to you.
you might.
I'm about to show you what it's all about. Yeah.
Ah.
Hey, man.
Shut up.
I told you, man. I told you.
Damn, man. Why? Why?
So this is how it has to be.
No. What is this?
It's how things must be.
Oh, I just
Yeah.
reamed the freaking. Oh my gosh. I just
What
reamed.
happened?
I just got reamed by the edge of the course, man. Yeah, you got me.
Well, the end of the course, man. The course is not your friend.
Nah.
The course is not your friend. They will eat you alive. Like, these courses are worse than Mario Karts with even 10 blue shells floating around. Like,
I don't know about that.
like.
That junk's annoying as hell.
Hey man, just be happy that this game ain't got blue shells, cause
Oh gosh.
Mario Kart make you want to fight somebody.
Man, you're so far ahead. I might as well just pull over.
Man, you might as well just witness this glorious.
Oh, you funny, man. You're a funny
Oh
dude,
man,
bro.
man, I almost messed up just now.
Oh, yeah, go ahead and do that. Go ahead and do that.
Nah, I ain't gonna mess up now, man. I'll be super careful.
I may not even catch up to you at this point. Like that crash was so catastrophic. Like you're gonna see it on the recording. You're gonna see it.
Oh,
You're gonna
man.
be like, oh man, really? Damn.
You can see instant replay.
You're like, that's unfortunate, bro. I was like, oh, it is, isn't it? Oh, I just got the notification that you finished the race already.
I just did.
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Oh my
I want
god.
to see this replay though.
Nah, I'm good.
You see that replay?
I mean, you can on yours.
I just need to see what happened to my boy back there.
Yeah, it was yeah,
Pretty bad.
yeah. I like
I haven't played that in a minute, then, so I might have to get back on that.
yeah, me too, man. Like, real talk. I was online with it a while back ago, like real hard, but then doing what I do with the YouTube channel, I had to play a lot of games. So I didn't get a chance to. It's hard for me to stick to one game. So,
Yeah, I hear you.
but it's good. I like that better than Call of Duty. I mean, others would beg to differ. Oh, is that how we doing this?
Oh, man.
Oh,
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. All right. Let me get back in the grimy mode here. 'Cause-
I didn't need to.
Oh,
I
yeah.
didn't know you. I didn't know you would crash. I just bumped you, man. I wasn't even trying to like do the barrel roll on you.
Uh-huh.
I was going to, but I said no. I'm not gonna do that.
Uh-huh.
I just I went too fast.
Okay.
Sorry. Don't kill me, please. I know you're right behind me right now.
Man, I just keep screwing
Yeah.
up. I'm all racing on the mountains and whatnot. Like, it's just not good.
Oh,
I'm just not doing good right now.
this weather is not perfect for racing.
Oh yeah, it's probably the worst.
Oh, okay. Stay away from me, Z. I see you, man. I see you lurking back there.
Well, I'm coming.
You will not stop my reign, sir.
Bruh.
I'm out, man. I'm out. I don't want no parts of you.
You're gonna get this work, man.
I'm Audi 5000, man. I'm not doing no parts of this.
Bro, there's no
I can
way.
feel your rage.
There's no freaking way, bro. You had to have like upgraded
I didn't
something.
do anything.
You upgraded something before, yo. Dude, how we got this?
being
You got the
very
same
careful right
ranking.
now.
We got the same ranking, but you're dusting me right now. Like, what is this?
I'm just being super careful right now, that's all.
I don't want to hear that. Come here. Come here.
Oh, God. He's here.
Oh.
Oh, no. Okay. All right. Just gotta keep composure. Gotta keep you back there, keep me up here. About to hit these boosties right quick.
No. Stop.
About to have this dust for dinner. Yeah. Okay, I'm about to hit this rampy. Oh, hit the ramp. All right. Almost there. Keep going. Listen, I don't even do this well normally in campaign mode. For some reason, I am not crashing into anything. I have not fallen off any ledges or cliffs. Oh, and that's the finish line. Yes, sir. Oh, man. I'm getting lucky, man. I'm getting lucky today. I didn't do anything. I didn't put any cheat codes. No souping up my engine. Nothing.
You sound adorable.
It's all right, man. You gonna have your day in the sun. It's not right now.
You a real one too.
Hey, man.
Mm-hmm. See, I'm trying not to choose a car that is gonna
Oh, okay. You got all those other cars. Okay.
absolutely dust you right now.
All right. Well, yeah. I mean, I can't stop you from doing that. But just remember, I only have 3 cars. That's it.
Hey man, hold on, man. Okay, what stage is your vehicle, yo? Like,
Okay, so I go through all the stats with you. It's hold up.
I'm at stage 5 with this vehicle on all, top speed, acceleration, handling, and nitro.
Okay, so what's this car? Hold up, how come it's not that me? This is weird.
I'm gonna just have to title this video "Getting Dusted by East West Chef." That's what I'm gonna call it.
Hey man, look, I gotta do it, man, because off camera you be dusting me all the time. So, hey, I have to do it. They need to see.
No, they need to.
They need to see the king get dusted every once in a while, because you be dusting me all the time. Hey, listen.
What's up?
Record us playing Mario Kart and see what happens. And he'll be doing some really crazy, obnoxious things. I don't even know where he's at half the time, and I'm getting beat up. Shells thrown all my way, falling off a cliff, all that, and he's just in first place consistently. And I'm like, what?
Oh man.
What is going on?
Man, I'm super rusty now, man. I ain't touched Mario Kart in a while.
I don't hear that. You kill me every time.
Oh man, whatever. Hey man, random bit of information. I love the G-Pi case. I absolutely adore it, but I play the Pocket Go more.
Really?
Yeah, and I think it's because of the battery situation, man. Like being able to charge it like any other device is way more convenient, and the boot time is a lot quicker than the G-Pi case. But power-wise, the G-Pi case can get away with a lot more. And it looks better. The aesthetics, man. It's like the original DMG Game Boy, man. It's great. Everything, the buttons are solid. Everything's good, but that battery life, though, and the fact that you have to use 3 AAA batteries, or 3 AA batteries rather. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's almost a deal breaker. Like it's almost like I want to say they captured the nostalgia a little too much because it's very similar to you know the original DMG Game Boy. Like once it ate some batteries over time. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, sure did.
like if you can get like I want to say maybe an hour and a half to 2 hours of grinding and Pokemon on there, and that sucker was gonna die. So it's like I want to say it's not that much different. You might get like maybe I think I've gotten about close to 3 hours.
Yeah.
Ooh. Ooh.
Oh, you got my ass.
Yeah.
Alright. You know what to tell me.
But yeah, I got like 2.5 to 3 hours with it, man, and then it was like freaking out on me, you know, like it was about to die. So I don't know, man. Like sometimes you can capture the nostalgia too much. I think, like if they would have included like a rechargeable lithium-ion battery with it, I think it would have been better. It would have been like,
nice.
Yeah, because I mean the kit itself, the kit is like no other. You know, I'll give it that but for the price. At the same time, there's an even more powerful device right now. I think it's like the Retro 350 or the Abernic or whatever it's called. That one is running PlayStation 1 games like a boss, you know, and that could barely be done by the Pi Zero. So it's like it can be with a lot of tweaking, but ain't nobody got time for that. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't nobody got time for that.
If I can do this stuff out the box, that's what I as a consumer, that's what I want. You know what I'm saying? So it's like for the price, I think I would have waited, but I love the G-Pi case though, man. Real talk.
Yeah, it's just you know, it's like nostalgia.
Yeah, it's a little like too much nostalgia. So, but you know, either way, man, you know, just random bit of information that I was like holding on to for a while. I was like, I had to talk about it. I'm like, man, I love it. I really do.
Yeah.
But that battery, the fact that I got to use 3 AA batteries, yeah. I mean, I guess you can escape it. You can escape that with getting rechargeable AA batteries, but you gotta have that rechargeable, you know, or that charger base with you, which is not a problem. You gotta take chargers with you anyway. But I think those typically take a little longer to charge too. Like, you know, the one you plug into the wall and it's like it holds the AA's in it. So I don't know, man. I'm just after.
You know one thing.
Say what's up?
I don't know whether you're kicking my butt right now. Yeah, I don't know where I can't even. I don't even see you on my map.
Oh wow, did you crash? Oh, after I hit you. Oh, my fault, yo.
No, I crashed even after that. So that put me back even further. Well, I literally don't even see your dog.
Oh wow! How did I crash right before the finish line? Like what is this?
Yeah, I just saw that it said you wrecked.
I was like, I see the finish line as I'm flying off of the top of a mountain, and then like I guess I hit the side of the wall on the way down, and I was like just wrecked.
You just tripped on a pebble.
Basically.
Going that fast.
I'll tell you one game I wish they had multiplayer for, like online, because it has split screen, but I don't think it has online. And it's believe it or not, man, Crayola Scoot is actually a really fun game.
Crayola Scoot?
Crayola Scoot. Yeah, like the crayons. Like,
what?
Yeah, man. It surprised me. Like, it's actually really fun. Like, it feels like a Tony Hawk game, kind of.
Really?
Yeah. But it's like Tony Hawk mixed with Splatoon, bro.
Wow.
Yeah, it's mainly about splatting those colors. And you're like doing tricks and all kind of stuff to actually splat it. You don't shoot or anything like Splatoon, but the tricks you do cause like mad amounts of paint to splatter everywhere. And it's all about, just covering as much turf as you can. There's different modes in there that kind of switch things up a bit too that are pretty fun. But yeah, man, I got it when it was on sale and it was like I was like, I thoroughly don't regret this. It's actually really good.
Really?
It literally surprised me. I just really wish it had online, man. Like, but it does support split screen, and it's actually small too. So if you're one of the folks like myself that are running out of space on your Switch,
Yeah, that's me.
yeah, it's I believe it's under. Oh gosh, dude, I flew so high. But yeah, it's like under. I want to say it's under a gigabyte. It's like not even barely 700 megabytes, I think.
Yeah.
So that's pretty decent.
Well, check that out, man.
Yeah,
you
man.
always got the info on the good games, man.
Yeah, man. You know, I've been seeing it for a while, but I hadn't really gave it a chance, and I saw it on sale.
Oh no!
Oh.
I was trying to knock you out the box.
Yo, I think there's like a twister going on right now. This looks crazy.
Oh wow! I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, it's a lot going on. There's like a few twisters. This is nuts.
Yeah, you do not want to be a part of those twisters there.
This is freaking crazy. You know, this reminds me of like some of the extreme things you would see on what is it? I think it's the more recent port of well, it's a version of one of the cruising games. I can't remember what it's called. Like, I don't think it's Cruising Exotica. It's a newer one. I played it at Main Event. Well, not recently. I want to say it might have been like, it's been a few months ago since we've been. But it was this racing game that was really extreme, man. And it was like, I know it was one of the cruising games. I can't remember what version it was. But it was nuts, man. Like there was like twisters and earthquakes and all kind of stuff happening. Like cows just flying everywhere. It was nuts.
Cows, dang.
Yeah, it was out of control. Like I didn't know what was going on. But yeah, like the like just what do you call it? The extremeness that this game has that makes it, you know, arcadey, but it's like, it's unrealistic as heck, but it's so fun and it looks really good, you know, like, and it's like, if the game was, it would be a problem if it was advertised as the game trying to be a serious simulation racer, but it's not advertised as that. It quite literally is what it is. It's just an extreme arcade, you know, racing game.
It's just all fun.
Just fun as heck to play, you know, like, man, these twisters are getting closer, bro. I'm worried.
Yeah, they are kind of getting close. I would keep my distance.
Like, a whole train car just came down out of nowhere. Right in front of me.
Yeah, that's not a good sign. Oh, man.
Oh! Like, I'm finally getting my edge back.
Yeah, man, I see that, man. You keeping in control, in composure.
We out here.
Oh man, I see you just finished the race. No. I see.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I see what you're working with here. I see you cooking with gas.
Yeah, man, you know.
Let's see if I can catch up to you. He didn't got his weight up.
Yep.
Oh no!
What happened?
I just hit like the edge of the skyscraper when I was in the
Oh no!
Ridiculous.
Oh, I did something horrible too. Holy crap!
What happened?
What you do? And you know the side rails, you know, that you're supposed to be bumpers or whatever. I just kind of ran through them and then blew up.
Wow.
Yeah. That happened.
It's okay.
It gets really dusty and you can't barely see on this one. That's interesting.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
Yeah, be careful on this one.
Sure.
this game definitely came a long way too, though, because I remember playing it. This version in particular, I actually recorded some gameplay on before it even went to console or Switch rather. You know, I didn't even know it was coming to Switch, so it was a huge surprise. I was like, whoa, that's awesome. But unfortunately, you know, I found out the hard way that, you know, these songs are licensed, so that video got hit real hard.
Oh man, so you already have to deal with that. That's how you.
Yeah, so now I'm like, yeah, I know exactly what to do as far as like cutting the music all the way off on this now, because they hit me a couple times for that one video.
Oh man, that's a shame.
Yeah, so it's cool, man. You know, I'd rather this one get more, you know, exposure than the mobile version. You know, it's just kind of, this game on mobile is kind of typical, I think.
So you played it first on mobile?
Yeah, I did. And it was actually on my with with our company phones. We have we use iPhone, and I was like, that's the only way I'm ever gonna have one because I'm not an iPhone person.
Yeah.
And I figured, and I saw it on there. I saw it on the App Store when I signed into my Apple ID or whatever, and I was like, oh shoot, you know, I'll hop on Wi-Fi and download that real quick. And then I was like, oh, looks really good, you know, like. So I figured I'd do some capture. So I turn on the Do You recorder and you know, put it out there. And all this time it's been up there. And now that this game is more popular and it's on Switch and everything, out of nowhere that video gets hit. And I put up that video like last year, I think.
Last year, wow.
Yeah, dang near. If pretty close to like last year or the beginning of this one. Like before it was even heard of, like on Switch or whatever. Like now it's heard of, and it's like, oh, okay, let's get this money from this person that put up a video of our game.
Right,
You know,
exactly.
it is what
money,
you know, and it is what it is. In all fairness, you know, you got licensed music on there. You know, whatever copyright holder is, you know, owns whatever music out there. You know, you trying to make sure your stuff is. You're compensated, you know. I get it. You know, it is what it is. But I think a lot of games need, like a lot of developers, it would be really good to have that disclaimer if they know they have licensed music in their game. Like have a disclaimer, like, hey, streamers beware, or information for streamers and content creators. Music is licensed. Make sure to turn it down if you're gonna stream this game or whatever, you know. And there is one company that thankfully that does do that, and I was like super thankful that they did. And it was Tripwire, and they're the ones that basically do. They're working on, what is that game? Killing Floor 2. They're working on Road Redemption. Actually, the message showed up to me in Road Redemption. So I was like, oh sweet, thanks for that. You know, they had the decency to do that. Like, it just makes so much more difference, man, and it really is appreciated. So shout out to Tripwire, who was also located in Georgia. Woo woo.
Shout out to them.
Yeah, shout out to y'all, man. Really appreciate that.
Looking out for the streamers.
Yeah, man. Like, the culture is as big as it's ever been, especially as of late. So I think more disclaimers need to be put into games like that to get, you know, especially for the ones that actually are at that point to where they can get compensation from ad revenue. It's like, you can't do that if you get hit. So it's like with the copyright notice. So it's like, you know, it's gonna be on there regardless, unless you take down the video. But if it's up, then they're gonna get paid from that video. Like, you won't get that revenue. So
I think more people will start becoming more aware of that, and they'll start, you know, putting up those disclaimers, and you know, because we're in a new age, man. You know, like a lot of people are doing this, and kind of a thing now. So you kind of gotta, you know, educate people on that. If you care enough. Right. If you don't, you know, you just let them figure it out. You know, either way it goes. But let it be known that that's a thing now. So
yeah,
that's what you got. Yeah.
Definitely, man. So I don't know, man. I'm getting old and I'm getting tired. I got one more race queued up. Like we'll make it our last one. We'll say like this is the one. Like, all the other ones don't matter. Like, whoever wins this one wins.
All right, so I got it. This for all the marbles?
All the marbles. all the marbles. I ain't heard that in a long time.
All right, yeah, man. This right here, this race is going to go down in history. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to win this, and then we just going to call it square. And you know what I mean? The East-West Chef will be the throne king of Asphalt 9, okay? On this channel, all right? So
on this channel, what?
That's what we gonna do.
Oh, man.
Hey, man, you made the rules, man. You made the rules, not me.
Dang, that's heavy.
It's heavier. It's heavy.
Wow. That's some high stakes you raising right there.
And they like a 2-ton brick. We're about to get it in, as they say.
All right. Well, it's up for you. It's Rome, the Eternal City.
Okay. I just ran out of gas. Like.
Oh, for real?
Like that. It was like my last gas can.
Hey, that's interesting because I think it let me race. So it may, when you do like online with a friend, I think it omits that.
Really?
Yeah, because I literally chose the vehicle that was filling up, and well, it said it was refilling before I started the last race, which is interesting. So maybe it's a glitch, or it just doesn't count.
Hopefully it doesn't count.
Yeah, well, it ain't like it's gonna charge you or anything, because they can't do that. They'd have to tell you first. You have to agree to it.
Yeah.
Then we'd be having a whole nother video if that was the case.
Exactly.
Like, yeah, don't play this game. They steal from you without knowing.
Yeah. It'd be a whole nother energy there.
Oh yeah, it'd be like me about to pay a visit to the game law. I will find out where you at.
Straight heads to game loss.
Dang, I should have hit that ramp. Woo.
Oh, man, these ramps are so crucial.
Oh yeah, they are. You know, this level is very familiar to me. I think this was like the first level they start you on the mobile version. I want to say it was on here too. Because it actually did start almost exactly the same, except for, you actually had physical controls in this game and this version.
Yeah.
It might be possible in the mobile. I don't have a controller for iOS, so I don't know. Whoa.
Oh, buddy.
Yeah, these ramps are something else.
What's going on? Yeah. I was not expecting those ramps to do that.
Oh, yeah. Man, there's cars every... Whoa, okay. You trying to spin me?
Trying to take you out, boy.
Dang. Hold up.
Hey, man, look. This was for the marbles, man.
You came out of nowhere, bro, first of all. Hold up. Nah, bro. I ain't with that. We gotta catch up here. Hold up.
I don't know. You got to get with that.
I just gotta be okay with it? That's what's happening?
Yeah, man. That's exactly what's happening right now. Get down with the get down. Man, I'm not trusting these ramps, man.
I'm doing it. This yellow is right
now.
God.
Oh, God. Wow. That ramp was questionable.
Bro, come on, man. Think about our history. You got.
I am thinking about our history. That's exactly why I'm trying so hard. Most times you whoop my ass, see? I must avenge myself.
That's funny, bro.
Oh, God, no.
Damn, you went all the way in.
Damn it.
You went all the way in.
Damn it, I was in the lead and everything.
Oh, shoot. That's what I get, too. That's what I get.
Oh, you died?
I fell off, too. I fell in the water.
That's what you call?
No.
Serendipity right there. That's what you call serendipity. All right, you saw it here first, guys. Ladies and gentlemen. East West Chef, Fighting Chef is the new champion of Asphalt 9. Right here on Snow the Game. You heard it here first.
I'm glad you're enjoying yourself.
Yeah. I'm bowing, right? I'm literally bowing to the crowd, giving them a bow.
Wow.
I hear the cheers, I hear the applause. I hear it. I want a trophy. Next time I come over, I want my trophy, man. Asphalt 9.
Oh. Well, you gotta talk to Game Lock about that.
I'm gonna talk to him. I'm gonna be like, listen, we need this. This needs to happen, okay? Next video, you're gonna see me with a trophy. Asphalt 9.
Shoot, man. All right then. Yeah, you all right, champ of Asphalt 9.
Good game.
Congrats
Good game,
to you. It was a blast either way. Even though I lost.
Yes. Interesting turn of events. Didn't get my ass kicked this time, so yeah. Happy about that.
Shoot, man. Anywho, man. All right, so yeah, we're gonna end it here. Thanks for kicking it with me, East West Chef. Always a pleasure.
Always. Thanks for having me.
For sure. And if you like what you saw, definitely like, comment, subscribe. Remember to keep it locked to Snowy Games for all of your indie game, third-party game, tech review coverage, and sometimes Nintendo games thrown in the mix. Thanks again. Have a good one.
Right here.